Welcome back to another round of scratches, where we're drinking Black Oak Pale Ale and freaking the hell out because we found this hidden room under the chapel. It was nearly impossible to discern anything in the secret room. There seemed to be a candle. Okay, match. What the hell? Why did that not work? There we go. Oh my gosh. Get ready for a lot of reading. I know that's why you're here. I'm going to take that. Oh, actually, I want to take the pipe. Most of the books scattered in the hidden room were about occultism and African culture. Even their titles were disturbing. So this is like the secret study of James Blackwood. Okay. Christopher, these may very well be my last notes in this regard. I'm afraid Catherine has already realized what I've been doing here all the time. In vain I've tried to explain myself, and I know what might have been the outcome had I kept insisting. If you could only believe me, Christopher, because I know you intend well, but I can feel the doubt in your heart. Put your rational thoughts aside for a moment and yield to the facts. If I can do it, someone who has constantly thought in the wonders of science ever since his childhood, then so can you. I'm hoping that you will contemplate the possibility of some truth in my assessments once you read about my latest findings. It is imperative that you carry on with this task. Catherine is watching my every step, and I'm afraid she'll take strong measures if I do anything out of the ordinary. Did you know she has been talking to other doctors besides you? And psychiatrists! My God, Christopher! I fear that she's willing to shut me up in a madhouse. I couldn't possibly fathom why. How is it possible that all of you won't believe me? As if what happened with my own son wasn't enough proof. So he thinks the curse killed his son. Which maybe it did, I don't know. In my adjacent notes you will find an exhaustive essay, oh God, on the origin of the curse and what should be done to eliminate it. I know the whole amulet deal must sound crazy, but you have to trust me. The tribe has been doing this for centuries. Are you going to forfeit all that knowledge and experience? They faced a god, Christopher, and lived to tell it. Now it's our turn to live and tell the story. And Christopher, if we fail to remove the curse and anything happens to me, I want you to do it. And I have my complete mental faculties whilst I'm asking you this. It has been becoming more and more dangerous lately. Do not hesitate. There is simply no other way. You would be the only one left who can do it. Promise me you will. I know I'm asking you to become a cold-hearted murderer, but Christopher, our lives and possibly many others are at stake. Isn't that enough to forget your vow? James. I know I'm asking you to become a cold-hearted murderer? Did the doctor kill Catherine Blackwood? Oh, this is more of James' notes about the Dalmar. Pause the video if you want to read these, because I'm going to skim them over. Let's do it. Pause and read it. Pause and read it. I've been performed to the mask for years now. What have I done? What have I done? The story is fully revealed to me now. That disturbing African mask is cursed. It isn't exactly important whether this curse is real or not, even though I'm actually willing to believe that due to my experiences inside this house. But the fact is that Blackwood believed it was very real. What drastic measures did he take to get rid of it? A murder? A sacrifice? So it pretty much said there's an evil god, Dolam, which the people, the Dalmar, trapped inside that mask by doing a ritual on it. And I think they have to keep doing the ritual to keep it in the mask. And since James took the mask, the ritual hasn't been done on the mask in a very long time. So it seems that the god is terrorizing the house and stuff. And part of the ritual, I think there has to be a sacrifice. And that's what I'm thinking happened to Catherine. But in order to do the ritual, you got to combine a bunch of things. You got to combine this branch, I'm pretty sure, And it said leaves of a plant. It's probably that. And yeah. But James Blackwood's body's still missing. Maybe he ain't dead. Let's call Jerry. Jerry, you won't believe what I found. You won't believe it.
Hi, Jerry.
Michael, I was worried about you. Are you doing okay?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm fine.
I
think I know the identity of my intruder.
Tell me, who is it?
James Blackwood.
The Blackwood person? Michael, are you serious?
No.
That the ghost of the murderer is roaming the house?
I don't think he's
I'm
dead.
not talking about his ghost, Jerry. I'm talking about him.
His body was missing.
I mean James Blackwood himself, alive in this house.
What? How is
He
that?
naps in the furnace. That's his
Makes
bedroom.
sense. After murdering his wife and realizing what he has done, he begs for help to Christopher Milton, who fakes his death.
Milton, the previous owner? Michael, you're losing your mind. Even if he managed to hide himself, how did he survive all this time? Milton has been missing for years.
Good point, but I'm sure a desperate man like Blackwood would have found a way.
For sure.
Yes, by turning into a ghost. Wait a
He's
minute.
not dead.
Yeah, I have it right here.
Whenever you're ready.
Blackwood passed away on June 1963.
It's a lie.
Jerry, just listen to me. I know I'm right. There's only Mrs. Blackwood's body in the crypt. His is missing.
Oh, God, Michael. You've really gone out of your mind. Digging into coffins, what next?
Wait, why are you answering the phone? Aren't you supposed to be coming to pick me up?
What it takes to solve this mystery? You can only find stories like this in books.
Precisely why I'm beginning to wonder about your sanity.
You'll see.
You'll all see. Yeah. I'll show them all. I'm kind of lost. Like, we know he's not dead. His body's missing. There's someone roaming around the house. Somebody's putting doorknobs on the right of doors and then opening them from the left. Something's got to give. Let's see. Look for the Worthwhile News 63. There we go. I went to the news during June 1963. Following the shocking news that became of public knowledge last week, we must now inform about the sinister outcome of the story that has been in the mind of every citizen on our town these past few days. Mr. James Blackwood has died at the age of 56 due to a heart attack, allegedly because of the pressure and stress caused by the astonishing accusation by Mrs. Ava Mariani. That's the maid. Former maid of the family. This puts a sudden end to the case deferred by the authorities. Police Chief William Bailey said, "It saddens me that Mr. Blackwood was never brought to a proper trial. No matter what kind of excuses could be possibly made, the death of Mrs. Catherine Blackwood is a fact. I'm fully convinced that he was guilty." Dr. Christopher Milton is said to be taking care of a funeral that nobody will attend, and all the belongings of the Blackwood family are now in his possession. Silently, Rothbury returns to daily life, turning the page over one of its darkest chapters. Many will wonder in the years to come what really happened inside Blackwood Manor. Something written in pen there. Bailey 01665. Is that a phone number? Oh, mamacita. Let's look at our journal. Who keeps writing in this? Reading the article about Blackwood's death was almost fruitless, except that there was a phone number on the main page. It would seem like someone was planning to phone Mr. Bailey. I wonder if that call was ever made. Hello?
Who is this?
Hi, are you Mr. William Bailey?
That's me. And you are?
Yes, my name is Michael.
I'm Mr. Christie. I make good
I'm
cookies.
a journalist for a local newspaper in Rothbury.
I see. And what's this all about?
Well, you're the former police chief of this town, aren't you?
Indeed. I served many years ago.
And you were once in charge of a famous, or should I say, infamous case here?
Ah, bloody hell. Don't tell me this is about James Blackwood.
How did you know?
Yes, I'm writing a story for my newspaper.
'Cause infamous.
The most famous police cases of Northumberland.
Have you
got any idea how many times I've talked about this? Go to your nearest library. I'm sure you'll find plenty of information about Blackwood there.
Please, Mr. Bailey, I beg you. It won't be the same if I can have the information
not the
from
same.
someone who was there, and no less than the renowned William Bailey of Rothbury.
Suck up to him.
All right, son, spare me the nonsense.
Oh, here we go.
What is it you want to know?
Well, in the first
Everything.
place, what did Ava Mariani see exactly?
She saw enough, son. James Blackwood was dragging a shape into a hole in the garden. At first, Mrs. Mariani couldn't realize what it was, but eventually she made out the dead body of Catherine Blackwood with a serious wound.
And Blackwood was automatically deemed guilty?
He was found digging his wife's son.
Why did James Blackwood never appear before a jury?
When you're someone as renowned and famed as James Blackwood was, you can pretty much avoid the authorities. However, you can't avoid justice. And
That's a
justice
fact.
was brought upon James Blackwood.
Justice? How?
He died shortly after the accusation. You should know about that.
What happened to Dr. Christopher Milton?
How should I know? You bet your life that slimy worm was up to something. I couldn't prove it, though I spent years investigating him. A shame we couldn't implicate him as much as James Blackwood.
Are you saying he could have had something to do with the murder?
Blackwood and Milton were very intimate. Milton did the impossible to
Did
pay
find that
his
note.
friend and even clear his name after he died. You do the math.
And was ever determined the cause of death of Catherine Blackwood?
Yes, partly. Mrs. Mariani managed to see her throat was slit open. Ripped, she would say. It must have been horrible for the poor girl.
Still, everything sounds so vague, as if something were missing.
Are you questioning my performance on this case, son?
No, sir. No, sir. So we did find that note of James
No, sir, not at all.
saying,
I'm just trying to figure this out.
asking the
Like,
doctor
why a proper autopsy was never
murder.
done.
An autopsy to whom?
Please, sir, this is very important to me, and I could really use your help. I'm trying to fit all the pieces of this mystery together.
Mystery.
Aren't we all?
What mystery? You must be one of those people that just love splitting hairs, don't you?
I don't
Small
think I
town cop.
understand, sir.
She's probably murdered.
That cold-blooded bastard murdered his wife, God knows why. But he and his fancy doctor did the impossible to hamper our investigations. You don't have to be a brilliant detective to realize Blackwood did it.
There's always a reason behind a murder. Nobody has ever found out
Is it
why
possible a
Blackwood
mask
did
did it,
what he
officer?
did.
Collect.
Psychopaths don't need any reasons. And James Blackwood turned into one, precisely.
There's got to be something else. I can't believe Blackwood flipped just like that one sunny day. It doesn't make any sense.
People flip, son. You could be flipping right now.
Sometimes you
without
stub your toe and you're just like, oh, mama.
Well, then tell me how Blackwood reacted when you pulled his wife from beneath the ground.
I beg your pardon.
I mean,
You heard me.
Blackwood's body when you dug in the garden of the
Sorry.
manor.
Like I said, they hampered
excited.
the investigation. We never managed to set one foot inside the manor. What kind of bloody journalist are you, son?
But are you telling you never actually retrieved the body?
That's exactly what I'm telling you. Now, if you don't mind,
But wait, this doesn't make any sense.
stop wasting my time, damn it. I was enjoying my retirement until you had the brilliant idea of calling me. I don't want to hear anything else about this
Is
case
it James'
ever again.
body
Please, Mr. Bailey, don't...
Leave
in Catherine's?
me alone.
The plot is getting as thick as Webster's dictionary.